The report of the committee was laid on Monday. The motion for the report to be taken was tabled, but before that, the majority leader raised a preliminary concern asking that the report should be given automatic effect and for Adwoa Safo's seat in Dome-Kwabenya to be declared vacant. This the minority leader did not agree with. He advanced arguments against that position.
I've already found out that the maximum period the Speaker could allow a member of Parliament to absent himself from Parliament is 15 days. It is unacceptable for Parliament to grant a leave of absence longer than envisaged under Article 97(1)(c) of the Constitution and the Standing Orders of Parliament. I find that it was unlawful for Parliament to grant the Honourable Member of Parliament indefinite leave of absence. So whatever we are doing today, Mr. Speaker, I'm saying let's be guided by the 1992 Constitution, our standing orders, and the precedent. Mr. Speaker, my disappointment is President Nana Addo Dankwa. Even this, he should fire the minister. If you are a minister and you are not at post for long, which one must precede what? No. But this Parliament, as I've said, Mr. Speaker, there is no way in this Constitution how a member of Parliament can be removed. Maybe we'll go to the provisions on how the Speaker is removed and learn from it, but it's for good reason. You don't take, you can take decisions yesterday. I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, I'm surprised that Nana Addo Dankwa is not showing wit and will in dismissing the absentee minister. Why will you be keeping an absentee minister and thinking that you find comfort in Parliament dismissing and declaring the seat vacant? So, Mr. Speaker, let the leader come clear and we'll know his intentions and we'll fight his intentions.
The majority leader, after that, reinforced his view.
Committees of this House have the authority in these three specific areas to carry on what is required of them, the authority that they have been clothed in by the Constitution. So my colleague is totally out of sorts, with the greatest respect to him. He's my friend, and he sounded that he was going to use hard language. Mr. Speaker, I believe I've restrained myself in not using hard language. I've been very circumspect, but I believe that I'm right. He's totally wrong. So, Mr. Speaker, the point I'm making is that this motion ought not to have been listed for the House to approve of the report of the Privileges Committee. That is totally an absurdity. That is it. So, Mr. Speaker, that is the legal position. And I challenge him to use the Constitution to disprove what I'm saying. Mr. Speaker, he quoted the standing orders. I will suggest to him that, yes, the standing orders is supposed to be a product of the Constitution, but between the standing orders and the Constitution takes precedence. We should know that.
The Speaker, after hearing from two other MPs, took a break and returned with his verdict.
The committee has to demonstrate to this House that the person was given the opportunity to exercise reasonable explanation, and the person did not provide reasonable explanation. Now, this House has to be transparent. We need to debate it. We need to assess it. So if the report is not to this House for us to consider, to debate, to interrogate, even, Mr. Speaker, if we're not even going to vote on it, at least we must debate it and examine the reasonableness of the conclusion of the committee. It cannot be that the committee will just meet and then make a recommendation to the Speaker. It doesn't say so. It doesn't say a recommendation to the Speaker. It says the committee concludes that the person is unable to provide reasonable explanation to the committee. So, Mr. Speaker, we plead that let's follow our own standing orders, which says that a report of the committee must come to us, a recommendation should be made to us, and if a recommendation is made to us, naturally, we must take a decision on the recommendation. Mr. Speaker, on that note, I will urge you to reject his application before you, that a business that you have endorsed and which has been captured on the order paper should be struck out. Mr. Speaker, we urge you to reject the application of the majority leader on this matter. Thank you.
The solution for the issue, Mr. Speaker, that is arisen lies in your interpretation of the sea. So all these debates, Mr. Speaker, wouldn't arise. And it's this, Mr. Speaker, it says this, that the Speaker, okay, if the person is absent without permission in writing, the Speaker, writing of the Speaker, and he is unable to offer explanation to the Parliamentary Committee on Privileges from 15 sittings of the meeting of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, it would appear to me to say that as soon as that critical landmark is hit, the matter resides in the Parliamentary Committee of Privileges. Mr. Speaker, so it is for you really, Mr. Speaker, as far as my understanding is concerned, this matter, to look critically at this. If you decide that, yes, this is what the Constitution says, all these debates, all this, as well, Mr. Speaker, it doesn't arise. The matter now rests in your motion. If we accept that the explanation or the critical interpretation of Mr. Speaker, the C is embedded in those few critical words. That seems to me to be the way forward. Because if that is the case, then we wouldn't be arguing, they wouldn't have the opportunity. It is for you, Mr. Speaker, to make the critical decision based on the wording of C. Mr. Speaker, those are my words.
I have consulted the old lady. The old lady has given me an advice, and I think that advice is correct, because the issue raised by the majority leader is both of substantive and procedural law. And I need time to submit to this House a reasoned, written ruling. I cannot, in the haste of today, give you the ruling. In the circumstances, I will urge this House for us to call it a day. And on return, I will deliver the written ruling.
In a similar development, civil society group Odikro is calling on the House to declare the seats of 33 MPs vacant for also breaching the rule on absenteeism. Still in the House, the minority accused BOST of constructing a twin-tower edifice at an inflated cost of $78 million as against the initial figure of $39 million.
We continue to monitor and prevent the looting and plundering of scarce resources of this nation. This is a time government has been crying and complaining that it cannot even get money to pay salaries. And yet, we have state agencies under this administration padding contracts, inflating contracts to the tune of about 100%. This is unacceptable. This is unfortunate. This is inimical. And we, on the minority, would use everything within our means to ensure that we address this challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, I have all the documents for you, and I will give you the documents. For instance, this is a May 20, 2022 document from the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company. They applied to PPA for a contract of 24 million. It's stated here, 24 million. The PPA then responded and approved 39 million. How come? The boss has done his own assessment, interacted with the consultant, decided that it should be 24 million, only for the approval to turn out to be 39 million. If this is not a scandal, what else is it?
But MP for Doma East contends that the minority's claim is false.
Which document is my brother John Jinapo speaking to? That is $78 million. This morning, I mean, we've seen tracking, and they were saying, what? They are saying they will continue to be vigilant. Were you vigilant in 2015 when we lost 475 million at BOST? Were they vigilant? Clearly, ladies and gentlemen, whatever honorable ranking member, the member of parliament and a senior member, of course, said this morning is totally unacceptable and it's palpable false. You can verify, and I've given you reference to every document that I've stated here, that BOSS is undertaking a single block project which cost $23.5 million. And then maybe I have a calculator here. Somebody can put in 23 times 2. If it gives us 78. I don't know if we are arithmetically too, we are having challenges in there.
There seems to be no end, at least in sight, for the time being, in relation to the vexed matter of whether the Dome-Kwabenya seat will be declared vacant or not. The Speaker has asked for more time to make a determination on the matter. This could mean at least 3 months, because as Parliament goes on recess today, the next time the House would reopen its doors to business by members may well be in October, when the House comes back for the budget meeting for the year. Reporting for City News from Parliament, my name is Dome-Kwabenya.